What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mustang Mike S197, and we are coming at you again with another video. Today's video is a topic I don't usually cover, but before I get into it, well, first, yes, yeah, I'm rocking a festive Christmas shirt. You know what I'm saying? I had to put a little green and red on because it is, depending on when I drop this is Christmas Eve or Christmas Eve. But I want to give a rest in peace shout out to my dog Axel Pup. We had to put him down today. He has some medical issues that were irreversible. 4 years strong with that little guy. I think I might do like another memorial video to him sometime, just all on him, because people don't understand, like, dogs aren't just like pets. They become part of the family. They're part of that dynamic. So when you lose them, it's just as hard. But the topic today is about that truck driver, 110 years. And they are trying to petition. There's millions of people that are petitioning for that sentence, because it's crazy. And I can feel for him because I was a truck driver, and it's hard to stop that thing sometimes. Like those trucks, I mean, driving those big rigs it could be tough. It's not as easy as people think. And it don't just stop on a dime. Like, cars don't even stop on a dime. You think something, 80,000 pounds is going to stop on a dime? 22, 23 tons. But we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna show a clip of just a clip of the news part, and then I'll show a bit more, and I'll kind of speak on one of the things that I wish he would have did. The truck runoffs. I'm gonna show and speak on what a truck runoff ramp is for. All right, so we'll be right back.
Growing outcry over the 110-year sentence given to a truck driver who killed 4 people when the brakes on his big rig failed. The judge says his hands were tied thanks to sentencing guidelines, but more than 4 million people have signed a petition saying that sentence has got to be changed.
This motorist is live streaming as he sits in slow-moving traffic. He doesn't know it, but tragedy is about to erupt.
We just cured anxiety.
Oh my God! The big rig that just sped past him crashes, triggering a fireball in which 4 people were killed.
Something's on fire, blew up here, guys.
Josh McCutcheon goes into journalist mode, giving a live account of the terrible pileup.
We are live on the scene. Things are exploding.
He's horrified by what he's witnessing.
If you believe in prayer, now's a good time to say one.
The crash happened in 2019, and now the truck driver, Rogel Aguilera-Mederos, is about to hear sentence pronounced.
I'm begging for forgiveness.
He says his brakes failed, but prosecutors say he passed a runaway truck ramp where he could have pulled off. He was convicted on 27 counts, including vehicular homicide and reckless driving. Because of sentencing guidelines in Colorado, he was sentenced to 110 years. Now the sentence is triggering a tidal wave of sympathy for the trucker. More than 4.5 million people have signed an online petition demanding the governor grant clemency. Celebrities are also getting involved. Kim Kardashian is calling for a reduction in the 110-year sentence. The district attorney has also asked for the sentence to be reconsidered. What does Rogel think about all of this outpouring of support for him?
He was humbled, and when I mentioned to him that he had 4.5 million people sign a petition for clemency, he broke down in tears.
And the semi truck just came barreling down about 80 miles an hour.
We spoke to Josh McCutcheon, the motorist who live streamed the crash.
I think definitely should have had some sort of prison time. I mean, actions have consequences, but 110 years, I mean, that's the guy's whole life.
Oh my God!
Some truck drivers are threatening to boycott Colorado. Meanwhile, the governor says he's been asked to commute the sentence. He's looking into the case.
Crash has a lot of people wondering, though, about runaway truck ramps. One day after the crash, a man caught video of a truck using one of those runaway ramps further up I-70. Our Steve Steger set out to learn how often those ramps are used, and he learned quite a bit about what happens after a truck makes that choice.
Yeah, as I came out of Eisenhower Tunnel, I saw his The truck's brakes were smoking pretty bad.
Jesse Terrell says this scene was even more frightening after what he saw on the news a day earlier.
Wow, I really hope that nothing bad happens.
And then that truck made the right move.
Kudos to that guy because he did a great job of maintaining control.
He used the runaway truck ramp.
30 years of living here in Colorado, I've never seen one used.
It's tough to nail down a number of just how often trucks use these ramps.
All winter this year, we've probably had 2.
Steve Carver owns Big Steve Towing in Gypsum and is part of a rotation with CSP to help get these trucks off the ramps.
An average on just getting one that goes and hits a runaway ramp, normally you can look at approximately 4 hours. You're probably going to look in the neighborhood maybe of $2,500.
Big Steve says the cost goes up if the wreck is bigger.
We have had them go up the ramp and out the top and roll over.
CDOT built 14 of these runaway truck ramps in the state, and today they could only tell us the data for one of them. This ramp near Mount Vernon, the one the trucker in last week's crash is accused of passing. CDOT says 9 trucks have used that ramp since 2016. Big Steve says it's a problem that could be avoided if truckers just got to know the terrain a bit better.
And once they get going too fast and get their brakes hot, there's no stopping them.
All right, so we back. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Y'all see that? 110 years for a mistake. People make mistakes all the time. We're humans. We make mistakes. He just made a very, very bad mistake. Nevertheless, it was a mistake. It wasn't on purpose. It wasn't intentional. And also, like, I read in some comments that the company he was working for, there was maybe some, don't quote me because this was like some comments, but I read that maybe some inspections wasn't all up to par with them trucks. And that company, I heard that company went out of business shortly after that because of the settlements and stuff. I guess they probably went bankrupt. The guy he's driving in, like, I was over the road before years ago. And when you in those, up in the mountains, West Virginia, Poconos, you got them 10% steep downgrades, man, them things ain't no joke. You got to be in like sort of, not even third, I'll probably stay in like second gear, but third at the lowest, I mean at the highest. And you just got to watch it because like on the mountain, I mean, all you got is like the guardrail and like the mountain, and that's it. You go to guardrail, you done, you going off the mountain. And yeah, I mean, he was 23 years old, not even that much experience. They say only 1 year experience, 23 years. So he's young. I think his name, what was it? Raul, I think it was, or I forgot how he said his name. My bad. But yeah, 110 years. There's like people that's murderers, that people like, I seen drunk drivers. I seen this one this guy where he was drunk and he went into the opposing traffic and hit this guy dead on. And even he only got, I think he got like 1 year in prison with like a lot of forgot what it's called. Like, he was on probation for a long time after that too, but still, he was drunk and only got a year. This man made a mistake. And yes, he should have took that. And that's the thing. He also didn't have the experience. I don't even know how them roads is in Colorado, but it sounds like they're real steep. And he should have took that, but he probably wasn't experienced enough to do it. And they say he was doing 85 miles an hour. The brakes wasn't working. He was probably just real scared. He didn't know what to do. So, but those ramps are for, and I think I probably showed it in the drawing too. Y'all see what it's for. But those ramps are for when you can't stop that truck, just run right in. It's better than hitting people. Just run up the ramp. You know, you might get a little bit hurt. I haven't heard of anybody dying from going up the ramp like that. You know, all it does is just go down and up, and it just stops your truck. So, yeah, man, I hope they lessen that sentence because 110 years makes absolutely no sense. And I listen, I feel for the families that lost people. Like, if it was one of I'd be real mad too. You know, I'll be pissed. So I feel for them. So I do feel like he should get something. Not 110 years. Like, that's basically, I don't know why they don't just call that life in prison. You know, 110 years. But he does deserve something. But nothing as harsh as 110 years. You got, like I said, you got people that's out here doing some bad stuff and intentionally, and still don't even get that much time. He made a mistake and his whole life is gone. They gotta give that man a second chance, man. I don't. And then the judge said he couldn't really change anything. Like he said he could if he would, but it's the laws, and even the judge has to abide by them. He couldn't do anything about it, man. It's crazy, and I feel for that guy. I hope that they, you know, have a retrial, they lower his sentence, and they do something about it, because that it was just too steep, man. But yeah, and then also, like, as a truck driver too, you gotta, people don't understand, there's a lot of things we gotta look at too. Like every sign, like when you're in a car, it don't really mean much, but when you're in a truck, every sign means something. If a bridge is too high, if you can't go under a certain bridge because if you got hazmat material, if you weigh too much, you can't go down certain streets. You can't do certain turns. Yeah, it's just so many of the bridges are too icy. Doubles and triples, like only local deliveries. Like you when you're a truck driver, you gotta look at so many different signs. Every sign means something. So your eyes are constantly looking in the rearview mirrors, looking at the signs. And then, like I said, when them brakes give out, and I'm sure that must have been a real scary experience for that kid. But that's all. I just wanted to get my little 2 cents on it, show y'all. But anyway, I appreciate y'all again for the 1,000 subscribers. Like, comment, subscribe, tune in for more. Add me on Instagram, _777. If I don't talk to y'all before then, have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and yeah, man, have a good night. See y'all later, peace.